this is Tanya. Welcome to Tanya Tina's Maths. I would be teaching CBSE Class 10 Maths, and this is my sister Tina Lopez. I teach 8th Maths. Alright, now let's jump into the video.
Today we are going to be learning Chapter 6 Triangles Exercise 6.2 third question. Okay, so from this question we are going to be using the theorems. Okay, so I had already uploaded what is Thales theorem. Do watch that video, then only it will be easy for you guys to solve this question. Okay, so now let's read the question. In figure 6.18, if LM is parallel to CB and LN is parallel to CD, prove that AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. Okay, so this is our question. Alright guys, so since you guys can see in this question they had mentioned few important points, important words. Okay, for example, so here this one is really important and this one is also important and this one is also important. Okay, so of course you guys know these are the main things right over here. So we are going to be using these keywords and we are going to be solving it. Okay, so remember, I would like to say one thing to you guys, then only it will be easy for you guys to solve any questions. Okay, so whenever in any questions, if they ask us to prove that something is equal like this, that is AM is by AB is equal to AN by AD, if they give something like this, then we are supposed to use Thales theorem. Okay, so in question itself, if they had mentioned already, if they had mentioned something is parallel to the another side, then also we can just use Thales theorem. Okay, so there are two clues. Okay, so this is just like a trick. Okay, so I would like to say tricks. So the trick number 1 is, in any question, if you have something is parallel to something else, for example LM is parallel to CB and LN is parallel to CD, so this is given in the question, am I right? So if they had mentioned in the question, then we are supposed to use Thales theorem. The trick number 2 is AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. So here this one is there, right? So here as you guys can see, this one if we have in the question, so we are supposed to prove that. Okay, so if we are supposed to prove it, then also we can just use Thales theorem. Okay, so if we get something like this to prove it, then we are supposed to use Thales theorem. If we have in the question itself, if they had mentioned parallel, that means LM is parallel to CB, then also we are supposed to use Thales theorem. Okay, so if you just understood what I just told you guys, you can just solve any questions in this exercise. Okay, so now let's come back to the question. So here we are supposed to prove that AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. Okay, so now let us do it. For that we are supposed to write the given values. Okay, so we can just write given values. So given, so what is given? So what is given in the question? So in question they had mentioned LM is parallel to CB and LN is parallel to CD. Okay, so we can just write that. So LM is parallel to CB and LN is parallel to CD. Okay, so this is given in the question, and then now we can just write what are we supposed to prove. So now let us write to prove. Okay, so once again, yeah, so now let us write what are we supposed to prove. So what are we supposed to prove? It is already mentioned in the question, so no need to worry, am I right? So here they had mentioned prove that AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. Okay, so this is given in the question. So we are supposed to prove it, so we can just write AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. Okay, so I just wrote it. So now we wrote given things and the and to what are we supposed to prove, am I right? So you guys might ask, is it important to write given, to prove, proof and all? Yes guys, it is really important to write. Okay, sometimes if you guys don't answer, if you just write given and to prove, they might show pity on us and they might give a mark. at least 1 mark or a half mark. Okay, so please don't forget to write the given value and what are we supposed to prove. Okay, then next one is proof. Okay, so if you want something to prove, we need proof, right? So here also same condition, so we are supposed to show proof. Okay, so how can we start the answer now? So here, since you guys know where is LM, yeah, LM is parallel to CB, so LM is right over here, so LM is right over here, and LM is parallel to CB, CB is right over here, am I right? So LM is parallel to CB, okay, and then LN is parallel to CD. So LN is right over here. I am not gonna mark it with the red one. Why? Because then it will be hard to identify. Okay, so you can just identify the black line. Okay, so here LN is parallel to CD. Okay, so okay, now we know the given values and what are we supposed to prove. Okay, for first they had mentioned LM is parallel to CB, so we can just write that as it is. So LM is parallel to CB. Okay, so here I have a question for you guys. So where does this LM and CB lies? So here LM is right over here and CB is right over here. Am I right? So where are they? Where are they means in which triangle? So I am just asking about the triangle. Okay, so it's lying on the triangle ABC. Am I right? ABC. So we can just write in triangle. So we can just write in triangle ABC. We can just write AM by MB is equal to AL. So I'll explain it, don't worry. AL by LC. So you guys might be wondering, what is this? I can't just understand. Don't worry. So we are just using BPT. Okay, that is BPT. Okay, so BPT. So we are just using BPT. What is BPT? Basic proportionality theorem. That is the Thales theorem. Alright guys. So now where is this AM by MB? So AM is right over here and MB is here. Okay, I am just using this triangle, that is triangle ABC. So AM is here and MB is here and AL is here and LC is here. Okay, so I just wrote it. Why? Because of BPT. Okay, so because of basic proportionality theorem only, we just applied it right over here. Okay, so since you guys know in basic proportionality theorem we just proved something like this only, am I right? So I just wrote it. So now let us take the next triangle. What is the next triangle? So the triangle is ADC, otherwise you can just call it as ACD, both are same. Okay, so we can just write in triangle ACD or ADC. Alright guys, so now we can just take another one, next triangle. So before taking it, now let us see what is given in the question. Okay, according to the question, they just mentioned that LM is parallel to CB or BC something. Okay, and then LN is parallel to CD. Okay, so where is LN? LN is right over here and CD is right over here. Okay, so we so this was given in the question. Okay, so it is lying on triangle ADC, so we can just write in triangle. So I wrote in triangle ADC. So which one is parallel to which one? So LN is parallel to DC. Okay, you guys might be wondering, in the question it's mentioned CD. I guess it's CD only. Yeah, it is CD. So in question it's mentioned CD. Why did I write DC? Just because CD and DC both are same only. Okay, it's just an opposite of it, so don't worry guys. So now I just wrote LN is parallel to DC, and then now we can just apply BPT, that is Thales theorem. Okay, so in BPT, according to BPT, something we are supposed to write in ratio form. So ratio means like AM by MB by AL by LC, which we wrote it in the previous one. Likewise, in this triangle ADC, no, we are going to be writing like that. Okay, so in this triangle ADC, AL, so this is AL by LC and AN by ND. Okay, so let us write that. Okay, so AL by LC is equal to AN by ND. Okay, so this is basic proportionality theorem, that is BPT. Okay, so now we got two values, am I right? Two conditions. By using basic proportionality theorem, no, we got something like this. In the previous thing also we got something like this only, am I right? When you just compare the previous one and this one, something is similar. What is that something? So here we have AL by LC and is equal to AN by ND. So when you just look at the previous one, let me just show that. So here when you just look at it, no, here we have AL by LC. The previous one also we have this AL by LC, am I right? So let me show that. So here also we have AL by LC. So do you guys think it is similar? Of course it is similar, that right? Since it is similar, no, we are not going to be taking it. So we can just name this equation as, so for the first one we can just name it as equation number 1, and the next one it is equation number 2. Okay, I'll just so I'm just putting it here. So equation number 2. Okay, so now what we can just do is from equation number 1 and 2, so AM by MB is equal to AN by ND. Okay, I didn't just take the similar value. Okay, so in both the equation AL by LC we got it same, am I right? Exactly same. So I just so it is no need to take that. Okay, so we can just take which one is odd right over here. Okay, so we just took this one. Okay, so now we got AM by MB, AN by ND. So alright guys, so we got something like this. So now can we just compare this to the question? So when we just compare it with the question, so we are supposed to prove AM by AB is equal to AN by AD, am I right? So is it similar? Is it similar to the answer what we got right now? So this is what we got, am I right? So but we are supposed to prove, so I'll write it here. So we are supposed to prove AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. So we are supposed to prove this one, am I right? We are supposed to prove, according to the question, we are supposed to prove this one. But so when we just compare to the answer what we got right now, it is completely different. Though the AM is same, so though the AM is similar to this one, but MB, here we got MB, but here we got AB, am I right? So this one is mentioned in the question, but in the question they had mentioned AB, but the answer what we got right now, no, we have MB, am I right? So here also we got AN, but in the question also we got AN, and here it is ND, but here it is AD, am I right? So it is somewhat different. So if it is different means we can't just prove it. So what we can do is we can just do something different. So in case, I would like to say one trick, in case if we don't have anything to prove, okay, so like this and we didn't get the answer and we are just wondering, right, what to do now. So in case if you get stuck in a situation in which you are not able to find an answer, so in that situation, no, we are supposed to take reciprocal. Okay, So now we can just take reciprocal. So when we just take reciprocal, we get MB by AM is equal to ND by AN. So I just took reciprocal. Okay, so let me just write it. So if you no need to write this, guys, I am just writing it for your understanding. Okay, so reciprocal. Okay, so we just took reciprocal. So though I took reciprocal, if you just compare it to this one, we didn't get the answer. Now also we didn't get the answer, similar answer. So that is mentioned in the question. So this is the this is something which is mentioned in the question. So we are supposed to prove it, but we didn't get the similar thing right over here. So now what we are supposed to do is, now we are going to be adding 1. Okay, so I'm going to add 1, adding 1. So to equation number 3. Okay, so I'm gonna take this as equation number 3. Okay, so now I'm gonna add 1 on equation number 3. Okay, so MB by AM, and I'm gonna add 1, right? So adding 1, and then ND by AN plus 1. Okay, I just added 1. So you guys might be wondering, I'm just adding 1 by myself and I'm just taking reciprocal by myself. You guys might be wondering, this is not the condition which is given in the chapter, or this is not something that is mentioned in the theorem. You guys might be wondering, can we just take randomly by adding 1, or can we just take reciprocal by ourselves? So this might be a question for you guys. The answer is yes, we can take reciprocal and we can just add 1 as well. Why? Because if we don't get an answer, no, we are supposed to do it like this. Okay, so we are supposed to find the answer by adding 1 or by taking reciprocal. Okay, so now when we just added 1 right over here, so here the denominator, no, if nothing is there means, that means it contains 1. Okay, so now we can just take LCM. Am I right? So when we just take LCM, we get MB plus AM by AM. Here also when we just take reciprocal, we get ND plus AN by AN. Okay, so we got something like this. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, now we got MB plus AM. So where is it, MB? Where is that MB? So the MB is right over here. So MB is right over here and AM is right over here. So MB plus AM. MB plus AM. So when we just add them, we get AB. Am I right? That is a complete angle. So we can just write AB by AM is equal to, so here ND plus AN. So ND plus AN means, where is it, ND? So the ND is, so guys, here it is D. Okay, so yeah, so ND, so here it is ND plus AN. So when we just add ND plus AN, we get AD. So that is a complete angle. Okay, so we get the complete angle, that is AD by AN. So now we got something like this. So again, now we got a value. Am I right? So now let us compare it with the question. So MB by AM, so AM by AB, and ND by AN, AN by AD. So when we just compare it, no, they are in ulta wise. That means here it is in the ulta wise, upside down. Okay, so we are according to the question, according to what we are supposed to prove, no, we are supposed to have AB in the denominator, but here it is in the numerator, and here also when you just see, no, we are supposed to get AD in the denominator, but here we got AD in the numerator. So now again we can just take reciprocal. Okay, so here also we can, when we just take reciprocal, then AM by AB is equal to AN by AD. Am I right? So this is what we are supposed to prove. Am I right? So this is we are supposed to prove. So this is what we are supposed to prove, and finally we proved it. Okay. So you guys might be wondering, this question is somewhat tricky. Okay, so don't just worry, I'll just say you guys. Okay, so in case, so after using the BPT, that is basic proportionality theorem, we got this one. Am I right? So everything until here it is easy for you guys to find it. Am I right? So after this step only it is difficult for you guys. So after that step, no, we are supposed to take reciprocal. Why are we taking reciprocal? Because I know we can't just get the answer. Okay, so we are not getting the answer though we used basic proportionality theorem. So what is the answer? So what are we supposed to get? So we are supposed to prove something, am I right? So we are supposed to prove this one according to the question, but we didn't just get that value. So I just took reciprocal, hoping that I'll get that value, but I didn't get it. So though I didn't get the value, no, I just added 1 on that value. Okay, so this is the value, and I added 1, and I added 1. After adding 1, I took LCM. Okay, so how did I get this value? By taking reciprocal. So after taking reciprocal, I added 1. After adding 1, no, I took LCM, and LCM we got an really a good value. Okay, that is MB plus AM. So where is MB? So MB is here and AM is here. So I just found out that this MB and AM lies in AB. That is one side. Okay, so it is lying on AB. Am I right? So I just wrote AB. That is the complete side. And AM down whatever we had, no, I just wrote it as it is. And again here ND plus AN. Where is ND? So ND is right over here and AN is right over here. So I just found out that ND and AN, they are lying on the side that is AD. Okay, so I just wrote AD by AN. So AN is here, so AN. And then when I just got another one value, so hoping that I'll get the same value according to the question, that what we are supposed to prove, though I got the value, but it was in the ulta wise. That means it was upside down. Okay, so don't worry guys, if you get something upside down, just take reciprocal. Okay, don't just worry, just take reciprocal. But after taking reciprocal, I just got the exact value compared to the question. Okay, that is what we are supposed to prove. They both the same, am I right? Then we can state hence proved. So hence proved is a magic word for you guys, am I right? Yeah. So hence proved. So we just proved it. Okay. So this was the question. If you just understand this question properly, then it's gonna be easy for you guys to solve.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, you can comment me in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.